All right, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of the United States. We are kind of dealing with the F-35 program right now, so we're going to be increasing our debt to levels that are appropriate for the United States to be historically accurate. If you're just joining in, we are working on influencing Ukraine right now. Looks like Europe is now unified. So they are now out of NATO, so any fight with Russia is a lot more entertaining. It is mano a mano now. Why does this look so much like my Chechnya playthrough? So they went after Armenia immediately. Maybe integrate it all at once. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't ever had that happen. Honestly, when my so Germany did not join them, which is weird. Obviously, Ukraine, Denmark did not either. Okay. So that makes them what immediately the biggest nation. Maybe I should pay attention more to these notices. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. So while we're doing our own thing, Europe's making moves. And what are they? They are Western Outlook. But they are I don't know what language that is. Swiss, apparently. Their capital is uh over here again. Somewhere. No, their capital. No, it's not Monaco. I don't know where they're at. Oh, there we are. I don't know what any of that is. That's gonna be crazy. Um, why my ancestors left Europe? Just too broke, too crazy. We can't handle it. We couldn't handle it. We had to leave. it's, it's too much for us. Couldn't speak the names. Wild over there. All right, we get a monthly pop and productivity bonus. Let's go ahead and do that. Um, we are getting full hypersonics just for the like the memes. There's no real benefit. It's not even going to be any better than like the Dragoon or any of this. Like it's actually I think it has less. That is good air defense. Radar advantage. This is 25 strategic bombing versus 24. So it's like actually weaker. So I'd rather actually have these, but for the memes, we'll go ahead and early research that. All right. And we'll keep loading in billions and billions of dollars we don't have. I think our auto influence may have wrapped up or something, or did we just get a crazy amount of influence now for not having people in NATO or something? Who is left in NATO? So Germany. This half of this is me. Bosnia, and then you know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make this much more interesting. Goodbye. we're abandoning the cause. Sarah Huckabee has led us into the future. Without Europe in the alliance, we'll let Germany fall into the European fold. And we're just gonna start over. Um, could do like random air things like nuclear powered engines, but I do think I want targeting pods. Go ahead and get those going. All right. So Germany is now the holder of NATO. Germany, Hungary, and Bosnia. They are the NATO alliance. And we did drop our officer education academy, which does make our generals slightly weaker, yes, and gives us 5% less special forces capacity, which is horrible. That's not a good thing. Could cut taxes on industry, that'd be interesting to do. But what we need to do is actually lobby. Keep lobbying. Yeah, we couldn't even get Guam or any of the other territories into the Union. Okay. Yeah, because we're not going to be a defensive alliance. That's why I'm out of NATO right now. We're going to be an offensive alliance going forward. I'm I'm not big on letting problems come to us right now. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a little political power there, sprinkle a little political power down. Did they just break away from Europe? Could have swore they were already. Wasn't? Maybe not. They're the Transnistria region is at war with them. I don't like that they have inroads into South America. That's wild to me. Ah, yes, Iran is contentious with us as they are still at war with Israel. You know what would be interesting if I could hold up. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. Um, I'm going to go ahead and guarantee Syria. And the Kurdistan Republic. Wait. and Arabia. We already. Oh, you have to be a part of the Gulf Cooperation Council? Yeah, where's Egypt in all this? I think we are already guaranteeing them based on the event, but maybe not. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and guarantee Egypt as well. And definitely want to take over Spain. Gibraltar is too desirable. I don't see us losing like daily political power from any of that. And our unemployment rate is atrocious still. Just saw that. That was horrifying. Let's go ahead and start building up a bunch of industry. I think we need to get our naval yards max. Let's push all this up. And we do need to get these rail lines done. Those will be very important. It looks like these are US roads. We need these for buildings, so we're going to get all these done. And this is all for economic growth, so this needs to be first. God, we have a bunch of things we need to build. That's a problem. Not that we want to build them, we actually need to build these. Let's get all of it kind of together. Tennessee. There's more roads. We don't even have roads. But I mean, that's was the word lore accurate, right? You know, like literally, we're just done. We have potholes everywhere. It's pretty normal. It's typical America. Indiana with a supply. Where did I put this? For it to be in Indiana. All right, let's get that going. 55%. Keep investing. Our exile divisions are all over. All right, so here's our Civil Rights Act we were working on. This is a stability bonus, political power bonus at the expense of money, and also gives us resource gain efficiency. Yeah, I think we're taking that for sure. Um, yeah, we're gonna leave one research there as we finish maximizing what we have here. So, enhanced defense systems. We're gonna get the best armor that we can get and get it early and get it onto the factory floor. That's what we're gonna do. And honestly, if we get our roads up and we get more resources out of all that territory, we will be able to export more, which means we'll probably get more factories, which is Another wild thought. BRICS is becoming a thing. Hold up, I just messed up my research. 1 second. Never mind. We have a whole nother 4th-gen drone. I really don't care if we just do that like that. Future AWACS is probably going to become a bomber. I think that's what that'll end up being. Yeah, let's see. Railroads. How are our railroads? Are these built yet? I don't think these are built. Yeah, so we'll eventually be not as vulnerable. Yeah, because any of these naval routes right here are just going to get absolutely crushed. What are we doing here? Is a resource? Yeah, tech metals to China. Then we have a naval base that we need to work on there in support of Taiwan. We have subs based out of there. That's kind of wild. All right. Multi-role. Or actually, we could do medium craft, huh? Also Lockheed. We're just gonna make all those Lockheed. Skunkworks is one of the premier management development company or section divisions of a company. We're gonna go ahead and auto influence in Panama. We're gonna start working on what needs to be done. We actually do border Hungary. And world tension is somehow continuing to drop. What do we actually need to do? Why is that even popular here? I don't think the Libertarian Party is what we need. I think we need like the Reform Party or something. What do we need? Yeah, we'll need the Reform Party to take control. So we're going to deal with that. We are a great power again. That is what boosted our influence or our political power up by a bajillion points. Yeah, so we're back to 78% independence. Got to keep combating that foreign influence. Probably do need to work on that. I guess we'll deal with the marriage question 10 years later, so let's go ahead and get that going. Do a small lobbying effort. And we're going to continue to increase our debt with the F-35 program. Which I mean is basically free design 5th-gen fighters. So I'm not even going to waste my time doing that.
All right, well, I do have to bring up the irony of this. I usually don't say when I'm cutting in a bunch of different audio, but I am here because it wasn't my voice that died, it was my mic. 10 minutes with the worth of recording left. So here we go. I'm going to do a little voiceover for this section. And we are just going to be looking at supplying our units on the front and the old Iranian front. Just kind of trying to see what we can do to actually get stable supply in the region. Probably need to build out a rail line if there's not. And the one we put in isn't completed, so let's get a shorter, more direct line, and we can bump that up in the queue and just get that done, and that'll help out. That way we're not burning through as much equipment, just standing there even with our army. And we'll be more organized too when if I guess if we ever got attacked, not when. More power. We need more enrichment. I guess less power, more enrichment facilities. That would be what we're looking for. It's yeah. And yeah, so we're gonna bump all these power plants down to the bottom of the queue that we don't even need them. Yeah, I think we're something like 900 energy surplus, which is huge. We could build a lot of buildings. And then we're missing roads. So we got to work on that. Make sure all our bases and everything have them that we see. And do a large investment in the F-35 program and keep increasing our debt. It almost is a meme just how terrible our debt management is. But it's accurate to what the U.S. is actually doing. I think a 24 trillion is exactly where our debt is in real life. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're paying like 30% of our revenue into paying back the just interest, which is crazy. But I'm not sure historically if that's grown. So I'm curious if that's anything different than what we've historically paid. I'd have to look that up. So it's a wild number, but it's not. I wouldn't freak out about it unless that's like double or something our historical average. Yeah, looks like we're missing network facilities. Um, all over the place. We have better internet. We can give everyone better internet. I think most of the islands have everything upgraded because I went through earlier, but I think I missed. It's not the Solomons, is it? Like, what is down that south, far south in the Pacific? I'm not really familiar with the area. Like, off the east coast of Australia, past New Zealand. Very, that's another void in my knowledge. And you have the United States of Europe. Now, yeah, that's going to be some hard competition. Looks like world tension's shifting a little bit, but I don't see anything that would drive it happening. So I'm not sure what events or what's taking place that's doing that. Look, Iran is split up still, but involved that in that war for freedom. And then you have like we just need to finish all the infrastructure for the US. That's going to be something we should have done years prior. And it's just wild. Dude, I haven't had time to even get that done because of the political situation and having the, I guess, political and financial situation. Yeah, so we're just gonna. Oh, looks like we got economic growth, stable growth now. So we've recovered all the way from an actual depression to stable growth, only investing in one, I think, right? We went from depression to recession forcefully, if I'm not mistaken. So I find that impressive. And it went up that quick, at least. If I could lower the tax rate, which means I would need to be building office buildings. We'd be able to get more factories out of what we already have built and lower that tax cost. And obviously keep cycling the F-35 program. Yeah, I'm not gonna expand it at this point. It's already like 2027. If we can combat, yeah, we still can't combat foreign influence. So we did get it all down. Like France isn't even on the list really anymore. I think the highest is like a 5% by somebody, which is kind of wild. And yeah, we have a little spare political power. I'm gonna go ahead and get some spy agencies. I do think that helps us get more like options of agents at higher levels, but I'm not sure if that's what drives that. And we can finish up our cyber warfare, um, which I think we haven't finished for like some of the major countries actually. Yeah, if you look at the listing here, China, Russia, they're still not done. We've got stuff for like Pakistan, but nothing significant really. And look at that. Look at North America looking all United Statesy and blue. Yeah, there's like extra 28 provinces from Canada and Mexico, so that's 28 extra states plus the 6 or so from Afghan or Iraq, and then yeah, I don't have anything from Afghanistan, just Iran too. And it looks like there may be less supply issues, but not fully resolved from whatever was built. Yeah, I would imagine the supply base isn't up. Yeah, does not look that way. And we'll have to get a lot of this built up after we finish the United States like core regions. And then we're still not spending anything on military. You see our manpower is still low. We need to get more income just so we can bump our spending on military. And we have a lot of equipment and like start mothballing. And we're making approximately 11 a day of the IFVs, so that's pretty good. I really don't know why those Afghan events are still populating though. Like, we can't do anything. They're not a puppet. We don't even have relations, really. If you look at that. I guess we have like an arms deal or something, but I think that's what that symbol is. But yeah, we can't really do anything. They're nationalists of some sort. And you have like the smaller groups that we can influence apparently slowly, but we could.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we keep getting the Afghan attack things. I think if we ended up annexing it or maybe like yeah, we'd probably have to annex it to stop those event notices from coming. And Thailand's getting attacked. Well, let's just defend somebody. Doesn't matter who. I would like something to pop off so the world tension would go up as we currently just do the influence battle thing and go for puppeting. The long puppet. Yeah, Ukraine is kind of hostile to Russia there, but there's no NATO to join anymore, so why are they still hostile? Oh, because it's all territorial expansion stuff. That makes sense. Almost like excuses are excuses. And that works everywhere. What do we have? Yeah, we're still having the same supply issues. And our agent got captured. They had some really good spy detection in the Taliban controlled areas of Pakistan and Afghanistan. That's wild. We need to get our agent rescued. This is getting ridiculous though with them. I don't know how they're capturing us that much. And looks like we're good. Still can't build an enrichment facility. We need more. We're short like 3,000 kilograms of fuel rods, I think. Yeah. And we're going to do Ukraine, Panama. Possibly need to do something with Egypt. And maybe try and integrate all these Baltic states. Yeah, it looks like Macedonia is free for some reason. Like, isn't that's where the province Alexander the Great was from, if I'm not mistaken, in Greece. So that'd be interesting. Take that over. Can't do anything. There's nothing we can justify here. Though they are nationalists, so we could go to war with them if the the world tension was up. Potentially, as long as they cause something. Um, yeah, we still got to deal with Panama though. Definitely need to control the method of getting back and forth. Can't let China keep influencing that. It's unacceptable. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next one.